The one place to start is I don't think I've heard over the past year the words weaponized misinformation used so many times as I have in 2018. What does that mean to you, and how difficult has that made your job as mayor?
Well, it has been a bit of a bonkers year for many, many, many things. And what we've seen a little bit more than I would like to see this year has been folks using information or sometimes misinformation to further their own cause or to attack others around the table. And I think that's where it gets very challenging, because ultimately the politicians can handle it, but every time that happens, you know, the poor receptionists get phone calls of people yelling at them and swearing at them about what a jerk their boss is.
It's kind of led to a lot of polarization in the city. I've never seen it so polarized in the last few years, particularly when it came to a head in that October vote. Is weaponized misinformation what happened to the Olympics?
Calgary's voted no! Calgary's voted no!
There certainly was a lot of misinformation, you know. People were saying, well, the opening and closing ceremonies are in Edmonton. What? I think there was something else to it than that, but I do think it was about information. You know, for the better part of 2 years, I worked really hard on this file, but I was trying not to be an advocate. I was trying to say I'm an advocate for Calgary, not for the Olympics. And I just want a great deal for Calgary. In the end, I think we got a great deal for Calgary, and I'm disappointed in the result of the plebiscite because I think that was a terrific opportunity. But we got that great deal 11 days before the plebiscite. It's not enough time to engage Calgarians on a conversation, and I wish we had had more time.
Attention's now likely going to turn to the event center, or the arena, I know as you prefer. How big of a challenge is this going to be for you in terms of getting this done? I know there's a big question about public benefit, public dollars for public benefit. Is that still your stance, particularly when there's really no additional public funds coming in?
It's not my stance, it's council's stance, right? Council has very clearly said any expenditure of public funds on this project has to be for public benefit. Is there a deal there? Yes, there's a deal there. And what we need to do is sort of put away the magic beans and talk about how this is going to change the world and have a real honest conversation about what it's going to take to build the best possible center there, the best possible arena. See, I almost did it. And that means we're going to have to come to the table with open hearts and open minds.
Council has decided to recently stand up for pipelines. How important of a decision was this for you in terms of sending a message to the country? And do you think Ottawa was listening?
I do think Ottawa was listening, and I think it's good that Council chose to make that motion and to stand in that unified way. We passed unanimously. But I also think that we should remember that the City of Calgary has always been a strong advocate for our energy sector. You know, from the day I started this job, right? I've done press conferences in French in Quebec City for Energy East, standing with the mayor of Quebec City, who was a supporter of Energy East. I've gone to the Montreal Board of Trade. I've gone to the Vancouver Board of Trade. I've spoken with environmentalists. I've even spoken with White House advisors about Keystone XL. And so we've been doing this work for a long time, advocating and pushing forward.